The season has kicked off with a bang. Manchester City is dominating at the top of the Premier League with 3 wins from 3 games and a 7-goal difference over Liverpool. Haaland is in outstanding form, scoring hat tricks and breaking records. Meanwhile, Liverpool and Arsenal are facing their challenges, but can they keep up with City's frenetic pace? The international break is approaching, and what's coming next promises to be electrifying. Subscribe, like, and let's analyze all of this. We'll start with Manchester City, who are sitting at the top of the table. Some might say we're level with Liverpool, but we're ahead due to the number of goals scored, so I'm quite content with that. We have a 7-goal difference, 3 wins from 3 games, and 9 points. What a start to the season. In the Community Shield, we showed some insecurity. I don't think we performed excellently. United dominated us for most of the game, and we only managed to equalize with a goal from Bernardo Silva. We won on penalties, which was more straightforward in the end, but it wasn't easy. Johnny Evans helped by missing his penalty, shooting over the bar. We didn't perform well in that match, but in the Premier League, we're shining. Against Chelsea away, I wasn't expecting such a convincing win. Recently, we won 2-0, and it was a great victory. I thought Haaland was excellent, scoring his first goal. Everyone was playing superb football, and I thought he had finally replaced Ilkay Gundogan. He scored, and 3 days later, we managed to bring Gundogan back, which was incredibly exciting. In the few minutes he played, I don't know what others think, but for me, Gundogan returned as if he had never left. I believe he will be crucial this season, as he knows the system and everyone around him. He came on twice as a substitute and still showed his quality. The game against Ipswich was convincing. We won 4-1 with a Haaland hat trick. He truly takes every chance, scoring with ease. When I went to London for the West Ham game, I didn't think for a moment that Haaland would score a hat trick. West Ham has a new manager, many new players, and a different style of play, so I thought it would be a tough game. I predicted a 3-1 win, but didn't imagine Haaland would score all the goals, and he did. He's a phenomenon, almost like a robot. He takes every chance and scores without touching the ball much. He scored another hat trick and has now accumulated 7 goals in 3 games, as well as 8 hat tricks in the Premier League from 69 matches. Compared to other players like Aguero, who scored a hat trick every 23 games, Haaland is even more impressive. Aguero was one of my favorite players, and it's amazing how Haaland has surpassed that mark, scoring a hat trick every 9 games. He's already scored 70 goals in 69 games. No one thought he could maintain this pace, but he's only improving. I think he could end the season with 40 or even 50 goals. Moreover, he might break the record for most goals in a single game. The current record is 5 goals in a match, achieved by several players, including Aguero against Newcastle in 2015. But Haaland could surpass this and score up to 9 goals in a game. It's going to be impressive. I genuinely fear for the fans who will have to watch it, as it's something that could happen. Save this clip, as I'm sure it will, because Haaland is a phenomenon. Moving on to Liverpool, they've started well. I'm not fully convinced by the manager, but he's won the first 2 games, 2-0, and defeated United 3-0 at Old Trafford. United were dreadful, and I don't know what Ten Hag tried to justify by saying the game was balanced. United were very poor, while Liverpool played very well, attacking and pressing effectively, creating many chances and deserving the win. Although Liverpool looks good, their bench is weak. I believe they'll face difficulties when they start playing in the Champions League and with the congested schedule playing every 3 days. However, I think Liverpool will still finish in the top 4, but I'm not sure if they'll challenge for the title. Only time will tell. I don't know who can stop Manchester City. It could be a loss of points or something else, but no one seems able to halt us. It's very early, but we're playing exceptionally well, and normally we don't start a season with such force. Usually, we have some tricky games at the start, drop points, and only start winning more consistently towards the end of the season. But we're performing brilliantly, so I don't know who could stop us. Could it be Arsenal? They dropped points to Brighton over the weekend with a silly red card for Rice. I thought Arsenal performed well in the first 2 games, and Brighton deserved a point. Arsenal have already dropped points, so maybe they'll be the ones challenging for the title. However, City has a significant early advantage, and many expected Arsenal to dominate these early games and accumulate points. City already has a 2-point lead over them. Arsenal's next game, without Rice, is against Tottenham, followed by the game against City and their Champions League debut. It will be tough for both sides when we play them at the end of September. Arsenal looks decent, and we can't rule them out. They'll be at the top of the table by the end of the season. But I don't know who could stop us, as we're playing incredibly well, and Haaland is a machine. We still have Gundogan to play much more than he has so far, and Foden hasn't had many opportunities. He played in the Chelsea game, but there are still many players who haven't featured, like Oscar Bob, who will be out for a while. There are many City players who haven't yet played and will contribute. We're doing well, but Tottenham and Chelsea have 4 points each, which is not a good result for them. Both spent heavily on signings, with Chelsea spending more. They have many players, but still lack a cohesive team. Cole Palmer is standing out, but Manchester United are even lower down the table. They're in poor form, with only 3 points in losses to Fulham, Liverpool, and Brighton. They seem to be getting worse each season. We finished 8th last year, and I don't understand why Ten Hag hasn't been sacked. He should have been dismissed the previous season after the 7-0 defeat at Anfield. It's astonishing how bad they are and how much they need to change. They sold McTominay, one of the few who put in effort in midfield. They brought in a PSG player who I don't know much about for $50 million. Casemiro, who cost $70 million 2 years ago, is dreadful. Like a useless veteran, he was substituted at halftime and replaced by an inexperienced youngster. Manchester United are in a terrible state. I said they would finish 7th, but they might end up 8th again. They've won 2 cups in the last 2 years, but that doesn't show consistency as a team. The main thing for us is that City wins and United loses again. The start of the season has been excellent. Now we hope not to have any more injuries after the international break. We've already lost Oscar Bob, but we're looking forward to facing Brentford, the Champions League, and the Carabao Cup after the break. We have a lot to look forward to after the break, and I'm excited about the European games. We're ready to move forward after the break. We had good preparation. Pep said preseason is over. We had 4 preseason games, the Community Shield, and the first 3 Premier League games. Normally we start slowly, but this time we've hit the ground running. Maximum points, 3 wins. Who's going to stop us? It's been a fantastic start to the season. I hope you enjoyed the video. We've reached the end of another video. Thanks for keeping up with the latest from Manchester City. If you enjoyed the content, give us a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news and updates about Manchester City. Hit the notification bell to stay informed. See you next time.